pay their late filing penalties, they were going to take me to court and ask for a charging order against whatever property I have to repay this alleged debt. Much along the same lines as why we made the declaration with regard to our daughter, I decided that I wasn't going to pay a penny in tax or late filing penalties, and I wasn't going to give any tax returns when I returned to the UK under any circumstances, and I was going to see how long it took for them to find me. Well, they found me and they sent me demands for a couple of years, which I initially ignored, and then I wrote to them explaining that I didn't believe that I had a liability, that they couldn't prove that I had one, and I made a declaration, it was called Declaration of Cancellation of Tax Registration. And in this declaration, and all of this is on Free the Planet, I declared that there was no evidence that proved beyond reasonable doubt that I could be deemed a taxpayer. I sent them an opportunity to cure their dishonour of the conditional acceptance that I already told you about, because they failed to provide the evidence that I was a taxpayer. And then they sent this one. Further to my colleague, Mrs. Langdon's letter to you of the 18th of March, I write now in response to your letter of the 9th of March. Initially, I will advise you that both the presumption and time deadlines stated in the penultimate paragraph of your letter are not accepted, as I will explain. I am sure that you are as keen as I am to bring this matter to a swift conclusion. With this in mind, I will answer the points in your letter which are relevant to the matter in hand. This is the head of the Debt Management Office, by the way. You have been sent self-assessment tax returns for the years shown at the head of this letter because you are registered with HM Revenue and Customs, not anymore, as a self-employed person. I can see that you have filled in self-assessment returns in the past, for example, for the years 2001 to 2, 2002 to 3, and 2003 to 4, in which you have completed a self-employment page describing your trade as variously, etc., etc. There is no indication on any of these returns that you have ceased self-employment, and this is why you correctly continue to be issued with returns. Because you have not completed or filed these returns, you have been charged penalties upon which interest continues to accrue. Furthermore, when a taxpayer fails to meet his obligation to file a return, HMRC has the power to raise a revenue determination to estimate the liability due and unpaid. This determination is recoverable in law and can only be superseded by filing the return. There is no right of appeal against a revenue determination. And there's the list of these. The legislative basis upon which these actions are based can be found at the following points in the Tax Management Act 1970, Section 28C, Section 93(2), Section